I guess we're going to have a conversation today about what friendship is. Don't look at the scratch on my face, see this? Napoleon was so happy to see me, he was jumping up giving me kisses and he accidentally scratched me with his paw, so it was bleeding there. But anyways, don't look at that. Anyways, friendship. Well, I guess there's a new age way to define friendships. At one point it used to be someone that was part of your community that you could connect with and hang out with. There's fair weather friends. There's all different types of definitions of friends. But in today's society, in today's electronic world, friendship has expanded somewhat. At one time, someone you'd never met, it would be like a pen pal. You would say, yeah, I have a friend in the UK. I have a friend in Australia. And you would communicate back and forth by means of mail. But now the internet has really opened up the possibilities. I guess you really have to start defining what is friendship. Do you truly have to meet the person face to face, be in the same room to be a friend? You certainly don't have to, like, if you've met someone and they move away and you still contact them, are you still friends because you don't actually see them face to face? Well, of course you are. You contact them over the internet, over webcams. You can call them. It would be preposterous to think that that person wouldn't be your friend anymore because they were no longer physically in the same, possibly in the same area as you, and not able to come out and see you. So I think in the computer age, there's a better way to connect, a safer way to connect maybe with sometimes. Some internet relationships go further, and they do end up meeting. I've actually met the first, for example, the first lady that I ever sold a painting to was someone that I met online. She was a friend of someone that I grew up with. I had never met her before, and we started talking, and then we started like thinking, okay, we have all these things in common, and then we just started webcamming each other, and then it was kind of funny because she's French, and she's a widow, and she had two kids, and one of them, her son, was the same age as Jordan, so I'd actually bring Jordan to talk, and they'd talk to each other in, broken English, broken French, and it was a good relationship, and I called her my friend, and she ended up buying a Northern Lights picture from me that I had done, a pastel painting, and I ended up delivering it to her. And when I was going out to Nova Scotia, I had to go through, she lives on the Quebec and New Brunswick border, and she said, well, you better not be going through here without stopping to say hi. So I did officially meet her, and it was actually incredible. We were like two peas in a pod. We went out for lunch together, and it was amazing, and the bond was even stronger once we met. But I would have to say that the friendship bond was already there. So yes, I do believe that you can connect with someone that way as a friendship. It no longer has to be originally physical contact and physical talking. I think a lot of people in my case, I communicate a lot more with people online because I am, believe it or not, I am a fairly shy person. And I don't mind public speaking. I'm not shy that way. But to let out my feelings and stuff like that, I'm not one to talk about myself too much. And I can relax and do it typing or talking even on the phone, or there's some kind of a comfort about it. So for me, it's ultimate. I would say that I am closer with more people online than I have actual friends that are in real life. True friends, anyways. I guess it's no matter whether you've met this person or not, someone to bounce ideas off of. You can communicate with them. They aren't superficial. You know how you have all these superficial friends? You don't, with internet friends, if you care to say that, you don't have to put on a facade. You can be who you want to be. I find I'm a lot more honest. I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't think I'm going to meet them, but I like to think that anyone that I do bond with over the internet as a friend, I will keep them, and maybe one day I will meet them. I think anything's possible like that. You can have sympathy and support and empathize with people. Honesty is a big thing. A lot of situations you feel afraid in real life to speak the truth. And sometimes you can find it hard to trust someone, but on the internet, as long as there is honesty in the internet relationship, end quote, I think it's possible. I know you don't. There's a lot of give and take, like say our videos, for example. I make one, you make one. I make more videos than you, but anyways, we do chat back and forth. I think that's a friendship. I know you probably don't. I don't know. There is a poem that sociology is actually taking on this. Sociology is really looking at the new way of making friends, and like they say, like 40 to 50% of relationships now are on the internet. It's just the way people communicate now. So yeah, you have to get into the new age. There is a poem though that I came across, and it kind of summed it up. And it's, what's it called? It's For Someone Special Online, and it says, "It's true, I've never met you, and we have never met. We've never shaken hands, and even truly hugged as of yet. I know for sure you care for me by the kindness that you give, and our keyboards keep us together. It doesn't really matter where we live. So I give this gift to you to put a smile upon your face, and to let you know in my heart you have a special place." And I think that's kind of how it went. It's close. Anyways, yeah, you can't deny that there are feelings there for certain people. I kind of go back to how angry I got at you when you took me off of Facebook friend. You know, we were talking, and you're like, oh, I hope we talk again. And then I'm like, huh, he deleted me. That kind of pissed me off, because I did consider you a friend. And yeah, I retaliated, maybe not in a mature way, but I thought, you know what, if I'm not worth a friendship on Facebook, then I'm not worth a friendship on MeetMe. Like, why do I have to talk to this guy? Because obviously he doesn't give a shit about me. And I don't know why it was so important, why you kept messaging me, and then you ultimately apologized to me. I didn't know why you cared. And maybe you'd like to ask yourself that again. Like, why did you care so much that I deleted you? And unfriended you on MeetMe, if we weren't friends? There had to be something. Or were you just mad? Or were you just mad because I did it? I don't know what you were thinking. But anyways, yeah, I'm just rambling, you know, but yeah, do I think that the definition of friendship has expanded? Most definitely. But look at us, we communicate probably, I think, in my case it is, I probably communicate with you more than I do my regular friends. And I have a best friend, and yeah, his name is Michael actually, and yeah, I communicate with him, but you know what, I talk to you more than I do him, because he's got a busy life, and there's a lot of things that I don't want him to know, that I feel that I can tell you about. I guess everyone's got some skeletons in their closet. Do I think he's a true friend? Yes. Do I think that you're a friend? Yes. Hopefully you see that. Do I care about you? Of course. I just think friendship is communication. You know, waking up in the morning and, you know, saying, hey. Or, you know, waiting for that text or email or comment to come in. I think in many ways internet friends are closer than real people friends. Sometimes, you know, you don't have to deal with the bullshit that happens in real life, and real life, I mean in our day-to-day life. And I think people have to get up with the times and really think, you know, can this possibly happen? And of course it is. It's technological age, and get with the program. Do friends have to meet? No, not necessarily. But it'd be nice if they did. I know in several cases, for me, I've met them, and that would have to happen like months and months and months down the line. And is there like any drawbacks? No, I wouldn't say that. I did have someone that I had talked to that ended up being, well, it's not Mr. Frost either. He was a comedian, and we talked all the time, and we actually met in a sexual abuse kind of setting, but online, and it was kind of like a group therapy kind of thing, and it was just a place where people can, you know, talk about their experiences and kind of be unknown. And I ended up meeting him, and yeah, we were great friends. And I would bring Jordan down, and we'd hang out and, you know, just do kooky things. And he ended up, I knew he was schizophrenic, and I knew he was, you know, bipolar. You know, bipolar and schizophrenia are the same. And it got to be too much. He was fine, and then he decided that he didn't need his medications. He was well, you never really recover from alcoholism, but he was he had not drinking for about 8 or 9 years, and for whatever reason he thought he could handle a beer, and he took himself off all his medications. Was having seizures. I remember driving him to the hospital with Jordan because he had a seizure while I was with him, and he ended up staying the night in the hospital, and Jordan and I stayed with him and comforted him. And he was one of those people that would say what you wanted to hear. And he was very manipulative as well, so I found out, but off his medications. And he ended up going crazy. It's the only way I can describe it. He started turning to alcohol, and he got on Oxycontin, however you say it down there. And yeah, he just, I didn't know. For a time there, I thought I was the one going crazy, because he would accuse me of things and say I said things, and I'm like, what are you talking about, you know? And it ended up, I had to, you know, break my friendship up with him, because it was hurting me, and I couldn't see him go in some, you know, the tough love thing. And then he got back on the medication and got a job and was back to normal, apologized and all that. And then a few months later, same thing happened. And I had to choose myself. I said, you know what, I'll always be your friend, but that was before. And I still feel bad about it. But you can't help someone that doesn't want to be helped. And sometimes you can lead a horse to water, you can't make him drink. What is that saying? And the last straw for me was he called me up Boxing Day 3 years ago. And he told me to go on Skype. And I'm like, well, I'm not talking to you. I have no interest in going on Skype. Merry Christmas, but I'm with my family. And he just begged me. He goes, it'll only take a second, and go on Skype. So I did. And he put 7 bullets in his mouth and put a belt around his neck. And all I could see was a shadow as he was gagging, and like he was turning blue in the face, and he fell off his chair. And then I couldn't see him, and I was calling him. And it looked to me like he was choking himself to death. He was trying to kill himself. And he was drunk. And so I ended up calling his landlord, because that was the only way that I could get his attention. I could hear, you know, and I could see the shadow, and it stopped. And I ended up calling his landlord, couldn't get an answer, so what do I do? So I called the police and told them the situation. And as it turns out, he faked it. He got out of his room, told his landlord, I just pulled the biggest wicked fucking prank, and then walked to the store. And the joke was on him, because the cops caught him. They charged him. And yeah, he said after that he apologized, and you know, and said you saved my life, blah, blah, blah. I knew it was bullshit. I talked to his landlord. Anyways, I had to let him go. After that, I just said, you know what? This is bad for my health. This is bad for me mentally. I can't be friends with someone like this. That was probably the first friendship that I had to walk away from, because I do value friendships. And he now lives on the street. That bothers me. Yeah, he's homeless. He chooses to be homeless. He chooses not to take his medication. He weighs about 100 pounds. And yeah, so anyways, that's my sad story about a friendship lost, but it did start on the internet. Am I sorry it happened? I'm sorry how it turned out, but we did have good times. He made me laugh, and you know, say la vie. But yeah, anyways, internet friendships, I think, are a good thing. Not always, but I think after several months, if you can connect with someone and keep that connection going, and I don't know what else to call it, if you can't call it friendship, because it's communication, it's connecting with someone, and what are the rules actually for friendship? You tell me what we are. How's that? Are we friends? Maybe if one day, say I woke up and decided I don't want to talk to Sean anymore, and just deleted you, blocked you, how would you feel? Would you feel hurt? Would you feel sad? Would you miss me? If you said yes to any of those questions, why did you say yes? Because you care, right? Hypothetically. And isn't that what friendship is? Caring about someone. Why do we have to set boundaries as to whether it is face-to-face, camera-to-camera, keyboard-to-keyboard, computer-to-computer? Why? You know, life is short, and if you can connect with someone and bond with someone any way possible, I think that's a good thing. And yeah, that's my scoop on friendship. I don't know, I think I kind of went phew, but you like how I ramble, apparently. So yeah, I guess your mission now is to respond to this and what your views of a friendship are. Maybe say what you think we are, if we're not friends, or maybe you think we are now. I don't know. I don't know if I've swayed you at all, but yeah, if the two people are true, then I say it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter this, whether you meet or not, whether you haven't met someone. You can have people that you call friends that really aren't there for you when you're having a bad day. You can have friends that you don't talk to for weeks. Or you can have someone on the internet that you bond with and you talk to daily. How does that make you feel? That's a big part of it. If you are gaining anything from communication with another person, whether it be physically in the flesh, or whether it be from writing, or in our case we do a lot of videoing, then I think you can call that a friendship. Prove me wrong. I guess that's it. So I look forward to seeing what you have to say about this. And yeah, that's it. Oh, before I go, I was going to say how I say that Canadian word for a winter hat. It is called a toque. Toque. Yeah. Other people say hat, but it is definitely Canadian to say toque. If you ask any Canadian, what's that hat that you have on your head? What is that called? They will definitely say a toque. Yeah, electricity for us is hydro, because that's what the company was called. Power. If the hydro goes out or the power goes out, it's electricity we're talking about. It's the energy source that controls all our electronics. Yeah, we go for a 2-4, which is a beer, a case of beer. And we gather up our toonies and our loonies to pay for that 2-4. And if it's cold, we wear a toque. So how do you like them apples? Anyways, I'll talk to you soon.